kwa ukombozi wetu. Tujitoe wenyewe, tusimame pamoja kulinda uhuru na umoja wetu. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima. Tuungane sote, tuimbe pamoja, kuenzi shikamano hatima yetu. Tujitoe wenyewe kupambana pamoja, uhuru na umoja vitawale. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima. Tuungane sote na tujibidishe kutoa kilicho bora kwa Afrika, chimbuko la wanadamu, chemchemi ya utamaduni, tumaini letu wakati wa mafarakano. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima.
You are watching Humans TV Africa. You are live watching Humans TV Africa. This is your channel, registered to do media work, especially informing, empowering, and of course sharing information with our community. Now, my name is Katom Castro, and of course in the studio is Hussein Baya, who is going to be doing this show with me. Baya is based in Kenya. We are registered, and right now we are having studios in Uganda, Kenya, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, UK, and the US. And our work is to spread the good message, and of course to connect with the world, but of course talk about human rights, and of course talk about issues that most media outlets don't generally talk about. Today we shall be talking about the war in Gaza as a matter of human rights, the war in Gaza. Join us today, and of course this is episode 5. This is episode 5. If you have been following us, we have been generally showcasing what's happening in Gaza and calling upon the powers that be to stop the genocide. Many people have condemned whatever is going on in Gaza. And if you watch our last 3 episodes, this is episode 4 or part 4, you will see that I've been able to define what a genocide is and how systematically the people in Gaza are being subjected to terror that is resulting into a genocide. We have said that a genocide is when you target a specific people in a specific area for specific reasons, and you want to wipe them off the surface of the earth. You want to wipe these people off the surface of the earth. And they are specific people because it is either a specific tribe, as it was in Rwanda. Remember Rwanda, 1994, April 1994, Rwanda had a genocide where the Hutus, who are the majority in Rwanda, about 75% in Rwanda are Hutus. Now the Hutus descended on the Tutsi in April 1994, and over 1 million Tutsi were killed. Now that is the genocide. You target a specific people in a specific country, area, district, and you want to wipe them out. You don't allow them to escape. You don't allow them food, no medication, and wherever they go, whether they're in church, hospital, wherever they are, you want to kill them. The intention of a genocider is to kill, but not only to kill, to exterminate, to simply wipe a particular people, and you do it consistently, and you kill masses and masses. That one becomes a genocide. Now, what is happening in Gaza is a genocide because you are targeting a specific people in a specific location, geographical location, and that is Gaza. And these people are specific because we can identify them as Muslims. We can also identify them as Arabs. We can also identify them as Palestinians that have been in that place for thousands of years. Now you target them, you cordon off the place, you surround them, you remove power, electricity from the area, you cut off their water, you bomb them day and night. Since October 8th, 2023, the people of Gaza have been invaded by the Israel Defense Forces. They have been surrounded. You can call it besieged and bombed day and night. As we speak today, so far 26,000 people, 10,000, 20,000 plus 6,000, 26,000 people have been killed in Gaza. But majority of the casualties, 70% of the casualties are people below 15 years. These are children, including 1 hour babies, 1 day babies, babies on oxygen, premature babies. They are all being bombed in Gaza. They are bombed in their homes. They are bombed in the hospitals. They are bombed in mosques. Wherever they go, they are being bombed. And the excuse is that IDF is looking for Hamas. Because Hamas, as we know, is a terrorist group. Hamas did havoc on the people of Israel on the 7th day of October and killed thousands of people. The question is, does the killing of innocent babies in Gaza, in Palestine, women, pregnant women, men, old men, does the killing of these innocent people justify the actions of Israel, the actions of IDF? Does it mean that because there are terrorists, call them Hamas, in Gaza, that because these terrorists are in Gaza, underground, therefore IDF should use excessive force, indiscriminate force, to kill young people in their thousands, and not for one day, for months now. And the world watches on helplessly. Now, at Humans TV Africa, we are a human rights-driven network, and we come here to talk about these issues. And today, we continue to highlight how the war in Gaza is a genocide. Why? Because it's targeting specific people, because of their ethnicity, because of their religion, because of their culture, and because of their history. Their history is that place. That place is theirs. Their culture is known, is the Islamic culture. Their religion is known. They are Muslims, and they are Arabs. Now, if people are being targeted for who they are, let us watch these videos to illustrate why it is a genocide in Gaza. The videos
And
are going
we're
to show
here
you.
outside the BBC, and I think that's so important. Israel in recent years has been labelled with the term apartheid, and now since the court hearing with the term genocide. How is that reported in the BBC? The truth is, it is not reported in the BBC. You hardly ever hear those words applied to Israel. You hardly ever hear any criticism of Israel. You hardly ever hear that the Israeli spokespeople have to justify, will you condemn the far-right settlers who want to drive all the Palestinians out of the whole of historic Palestine? They never ask any difficult questions of the Israeli spokespeople. And that's because they have an agenda which follows the government agenda, which is they have to back Israel against the Palestinians. They cannot support a ceasefire because neither of the main parties do. And let's just look, people have referred to the ICJ judgment from the South African case, and good for the South Africans who know about apartheid, who actually decided to bring this case. So that case, which was very, very damaging for Israel, wasn't streamed by the BBC. And then the next day, what do you find? There's this story about UNRWA, that 12 UNRWA employees were involved in the attacks on October the 7th. That has turned out to be a lie. Now Israel is saying it's 4 that were, but we've had no evidence or no charging about anyone else. Alistair Campbell gave us a dodgy dossier in 2002 about the Iraq War, and they're accepting the Israeli dodgy dossier about the UNRWA truth today. That is what's going on.
That is what is going on in Israel. She has made her case very clear. It is a genocide. It is a genocide right happening in Gaza.
Declared it a place of
And whoever is
safety.
responsible?
One of the group was hit and fatally wounded as our cameraman filmed. The Israel Defense Force has dismissed our evidence. The IDF is not aware of this incident, they told us. But our filming has, however, already raised questions about a possible war crime. What we are about to show is, by its very nature, distressing.
This is the edge of the supposedly safe area called Al-Mawasi that the Israelis have been encouraging Gazan civilians to flee to. These makeshift homes have been vacated because the war is getting closer. The billowing smoke was evidence of the new Israeli offensive in Khan Yunis that has been forcing more families to evacuate and seek safety elsewhere.
No place safety in Gaza. Everywhere you are going, you will find the Israeli army. They are shoot us at home, any building, in the street, everywhere you are. They will give you a chance, sometimes just for 5 minutes, sometimes do not give you any chance to take your clothes, to take your children, to take your family, and to get out of the building. This is our life in Gaza. It's very difficult.
These pictures were filmed by a cameraman working for ITV News in Gaza. As he moved forwards towards the combat zone, he noticed this group of men doing their utmost to appear non-threatening, trying to proceed with care. They wanted to reach 2 other family members and get them out of harm's way.
عند الحجة وأخويا وعنده حوالي 50 نازح أو 70 نازح موجودين في
These are peaceful protesters with a white flag and watch to see how they are going to be shot at.
The interview complete, our cameraman walked away. And then this happened. The interviewee had been shot and fatally wounded. You can see them place their flag on his chest. As he was carried away, the white flag was turning red. Carry him, they've killed him, yells this youth. Then suddenly, more gunfire.
Those people are not armed, but IDF is killing them. Those people are not armed. IDF
They scream at a
is
child,
killing
telling
them.
him to find cover. By this stage, the man's wife, his widow, has heard what happened. And as she rushes to the scene, she meets the party carrying away the body on a makeshift stretcher. When they're satisfied they're a safe distance away, they stop. And the mourning starts. These tragic scenes have been repeated time and time again since this war began. At one point they tried CPR, but there was no bringing him back, his husband and father. Yet another innocent Palestinian civilian killed while posing no threat whatsoever. John Irvine, News at 10, Tel Aviv.
Well, the Israel Defence Forces' assessment of our filming was that it had, they claimed, clearly been edited in the first instance. Of course, they have a duty to investigate the incident. John's been taking a look at it and seeking legal opinion on what it shows, John.
Julie, more than 25,000 deaths have been reported in Gaza since the 7th of October. Mainly civilians, many women and many children. Israel's critics already say that amounts to a war crime. But now just one more killing, this time beneath the white flag, the international symbol of surrender. Is it enough to reach the same damning judgment? A civil rights lawyer who watched our video says it is compelling evidence.
This group of 5 people are unarmed. They don't have any weapons of any kind. They're waving a white flag. They do not present a threat. So
It is a war crime, and that is to put it mildly. Seriously, it is a genocide. As you can see, people are being shot at and killed without even having arms on them. People are being killed when their arms are up. The hands are clearly seen. They are having white flags to show peace. And they are clearly being shot at and killed. Now, that is a genocide. As I said, IDF is intentionally interested in wiping off Palestinians, Arabs, and Muslims from Gaza. And this qualifies it to be a genocide. Now let us have a look at these slides. The slides prepared to illustrate this one even more. When you see people dying, young people dying, adults, invalids, old people, it becomes a genocide. Let us have a look at more of these photos. More of these photos, please, and a bit. Yes, thank you so much. Now, you can see, briefly, the photos simply illustrate what is happening in Gaza since October 2023, non-stop. Now, when you subject people to such a beating, to such a bombing, you bomb their homes, you bomb their hospitals, you bomb their areas of survival. And as you can see, as we shall be talking about in the next episode, South Africa successfully took Israel to court. And people are saying ICJ, Africa's ICJ application to prevent genocide in Gaza has been supported by many people worldwide. The genocide bombshell warning of UN officials and others is out there for everyone to see. UN should come out more clearly to say this is a genocide, the most terrifying document of our life, of our time. We are seeing a genocide right amidst every chaos going on in the world. Right before our eyes, a genocide is unfolding in Israel. They are killing children, and people are saying decolonizing Israel, liberating Palestine. Some authors have written and say decolonize Israel. It's more of a calling today. And please liberate Palestine. We are for peace. Look at a mother holding her dead child, doesn't want to let the corpse of a dead boy, dead child go away. She's holding on her child. Look at that pain. And the other person is placing on the bombs, is sending more bombs to go and kill innocent people in Gaza. Why do you kill them? It becomes a question. You are killing them because they're Arabs. You are killing them because they are Muslims. You are killing them because they own that place. Or because we are interested in simply wiping a people off that piece of land. It is a genocide because the genocide is targeted to a specific people because of their ethnicity, their religion, their culture, their beliefs, and of course their ownership of the land on which they occupy. It is a genocide. And all of us are saying, stop arming Israel. Stop arming Israel, because what they are doing right now is committing war crimes. It is a genocide. South African Jews have joined the call against Zionism, because Zionism is clearly racism. Zionism has now clearly turned into racism. And all of us are saying no to racism. If Zionism is going to mean racism, we're also saying no to Zionism. A people must be free. You cannot allow Jews to do things the Nazis did to them. You can see Arabs now being equated to Native Americans. Arabs in Gaza being equated to Native Americans, because whatever was subjected to Native Americans, whatever the settlers did to Native Americans is what is happening in Gaza. The people in Gaza own that land, and we are saying, free Palestine. Whatever it is that Hamas is there, Hamas is not Palestine. Hamas is not Palestine. We should distinguish between Palestine and Hamas. If you are looking for Hamas, there's no justification for killing children, for killing pregnant women, for stopping food from going into Gaza, for cutting off electricity, for terrorizing a people day and night. Look for Hamas. If you can find them, so good. But do not kill the people of Gaza. We are saying here at HTV Africa that the war in Gaza is a genocide, and we are calling upon all actors, all human rights defenders, to please wake up and defend the innocent people of Palestine. Wake up and defend the innocent people of Gaza. It is a genocide happening, and this genocide is being committed by the government of Israel under Netanyahu, with the support of some Western powers, Western backers that are clearly known. As human rights defenders, we call upon you to look into this issue. As a lawyer, and as, of course, a human lawyer, and as a human rights lawyer, I do subscribe to the view that the war in Gaza is a genocide, and whoever is against this genocide will be prosecuted successfully if the law indeed works. Please stop the genocide, and please continue joining forces, joining voices to condemn whatever is happening in your locality, in Africa, in Asia, in Europe. Whatever is happening that is not good, you have a duty to condemn it. And this is what we do here at Humanist TV Africa. Thank you for watching. Please keep subscribing. Keep subscribing. Our handle is right there. It is Humanist TV Africa. You're going to find us wherever you look for us. We are Humanist TV Africa. See you in the next episode.